right. Hi, and welcome everyone once again to this edition of, what are we calling this again? Inside
Inside
CFHA.
CFHA.
Inside CFHA. There we go. We're still working out the kinks of this. But basically, it's just 10 minutes where we take some time to let you know what we're working on here at CFHA headquarters. And it's just really a little bit of what we're working on because it's hard to fit it all in 10 minutes, but at least gives you a little bit of insight. I'm Neftali Serrano. I'm the Chief Executive Officer here. I'll explain why my hair is messy in a second. But I'm with Marta Saucedo. So Marta, why don't you introduce yourself to the folks again out there?
Yes, so Marta Saucedo, the project manager for technical assistance and strategic development here inside CFHA.
That's right, and there's a lot that goes into it.
And my hair is messy too, maybe. I don't know.
Your hair is a lot better, and your background is so much better than mine. I've got this blonde background. I'm working on it. So we've got a lot on the list. So what's first on your list when it comes to what you've been working on here?
So one of the things I want to just highlight to members is a webinar that just happened last Friday that it was really great content, and another one that is coming on April. So make sure to check it out. So last Friday was understanding the complexity of serving Latinx communities. So for all of us who work in places where we see a lot of Latinx, I think this is great content that you should not miss. And keep your eyes open, because on April, we're gonna have another one kind of following this one. It's actually great for what's happening around the country. It's PC interventions for high-risk immigrant youth. So when a lot of the times we have our teenager in clinic, but we don't have the parents and we need to help them, how can we approach that? So keep your eyes open for that. That's gonna come on April. So those are two webinars that I will really recommend.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And the PEDS, I know I heard a little bit of the PEDS special interest group meeting as well. They're gonna be talking about billing for some of the difficult pediatric cases like adolescents, et cetera. So they've got a meeting set up for that. The other thing that cued me when you were talking about it is that we're really focusing a lot on diversity issues, which is very appropriate given it's February and Black History Month. But it's also just part of what we've been sort of thinking about for the last really few years, how to really reflect our patient population within our organization. So we're working on developing a diversity work group, and the goal of this group would be to coalesce all of those interested persons from underrepresented and not underrepresented groups interested in issues of diversity and professional development. And the idea would be for this group to give voice to diversity issues within CFHA and to hopefully give us some good recommendations about how to help promote the careers of underrepresented minorities and groups within CFHA and keep us sensitized to all the needs of both the professionals that we serve as an organization and through them, the communities that we serve. So I'm really excited about that. We don't have a timeline yet because we haven't formed the group leadership yet, but I'm anticipating sometime in the next month or so, you should be hearing some news about a group getting together. So if you're interested, let us know at info@cfha.net, and we're happy to let you know.
That's great. These are hard conversations that sometimes we don't want to have, but it's important to have them. So it's great that we're starting to work on this.
Yeah, I agree. We've got good people to have that conversation too. That's what gives me confidence. So we really have some great members who understand issues of health equity and understand issues of diversity, work with these groups intensively, clinically, but also have worked on themselves professionally and how to talk about these things in a productive way. So I'm excited about that. So I'm looking forward to that. Now we jumped in without describing why my hair is messy, why I'm focused on that, but I just came from swimming. Sometimes over lunch I will swim. So that's why my hair is messy.
Self-care, remember self-care.
And no one out there
That's
cares
part of
about
the swimming.
It's my vanity. That's what it is. It's my vanity.
So I have another fun news to share. I'm going to be actually traveling by the end of March to the University of North Texas. I'm going to be part of a training. It's called Integrated Care and Behavioral Health. So I'm going to be teaching. They're the second year master and also professionals that are going to be attending the conference or the workshop or whatever they want to call it. So I'm going to be talking about the integrated care and behavioral health, but also how to be cultural appropriate with minority groups when we're, bringing these models to them. So very excited for that. I'll tell more when I come back.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And obviously being Texas, their main point of emphasis was working with Latinos. And so, yeah, it'll be a really great conversation to have.
It's already 80 people registered, so it's going to be fun.
No pressure.
No, not at all.
So I will be traveling soon after that, actually. I think it's the next week from your talk in Texas. I'll be going to Idaho, my first time in Idaho. I'm really looking forward to seeing the good people of Idaho. It's a conference called IIBHN, Idaho Integrated Behavioral Health Network. And I'll be giving the keynote there talk, and I'll be talking about the future of primary care and its relationship to primary care behavioral health, the primary care behavioral health model. So I'm looking forward to that. Anybody interested in that, you can attend that conference just by searching up IIBHN conference, and it'll come up. I don't have the link handy, but yeah, so I'm excited about that. Seeing some good folks out there. Do you have anything else?
Right. No, I wonder how many people are going to assist that event. Not pressure at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many people are going to attend, but I do know there's a lot of CFHA members will be there. There's a lot of overlap between this. This is a state group that has formed under the leadership of Jennifer Iturundobieta, I think is the way you say it.
Oh my God.
I probably just butchered it, but so it's a great group because it's a state group. It's folks really working in their state to make sure that their training needs are met. And through that, they can advocate for their work as well. So I'm looking forward to that.
And also, I was just going to say the reminder that the calls for proposals is open. So get your teams ready, get your topics ready. We're looking forward, to get those proposals with us and then start checking on them. So yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Share us your initiatives and what you guys are doing.
Yeah, and obviously Martha's referencing our annual conference in October in Philadelphia. And the website to go there is integratedcareconference.com. And you can submit call for proposals there. Should be a fantastic conference. And actually that's part of what I've been working on that I didn't add to the list of things to talk about today, but we're working on some great ELOs, what we call ELOs or extended learning opportunities. They happen on the Thursday. So most of the conference is a shorter format teaching style. So half hour to hour time slots for different topics. But the Thursday we reserve for our long format sessions where we have 3-hour sessions. And we already have a few really cool extended learning opportunities, so time for you to dig deep into particular topics. We'll be having one on diabetes that we're partnering on with the American Diabetes Association. We have one on the collaborative care model with the head honcho, Jürgen Nutzer, Dr. Nutzer from the AIM Center, spearheading that one. And then we also have a reprise of our primary care behavioral health forum, the PCBH Community Forum, it's called, where folks who are interested in the PCBH model can do a deep dive there on that model. And then we still haven't selected the other ELOs, but those will be announced soon as well. So been hard at work at that for a while. All right, time's running out here. So just to be quick here, we've been doing a lot of TA work. That's a big thing that Martha and I share in our work together. Martha is obviously the technical assistance project manager. So she has to deal with a lot of the logistical and organizational pieces of it.
I just keep Neff on track. That's what I do.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. In addition to providing some of your own TA work. But I've been in several places in the last few months that I thought would be interesting to share. I've been in Minnesota working with People's Health Community Health Center there. Just last did a remote training with them, with their staff. It was more of a facilitated meeting, actually, as we're trying to fine tune some of their protocols for handing off between medical providers and behavioral health providers. And just a really interesting thing that we discovered was a problem there. So because they serve a predominantly Somali population and they do most of their work through interpreters, it became clear to me that the interpreters didn't know how to introduce the behavioral health professionals. They didn't have language to do that. And so that was affecting the patient's understanding of why this person is even there. And it's fascinating because we figured out that there are no good words in the native language to describe mental health concerns. It's really, really fascinating. So they're working on talking with the interpreters and doing some training with the interpreters, because it honestly matters much more what the interpreter is saying in many ways than what the physician is saying, because in the end, the patient only understands the interpreter.
And I think this is very similar to other languages. Like that's something that we also see in the Spanish language. So it's important that we are aware of that.
Yeah, there was a big talk at our last conference about that for Latino BHCs. And there's a lot of diversity as far as how people introduce themselves, what name they give themselves. Yeah,
absolutely. Yes.
Sticking with the Latino theme, another TA project I've been working on was with a great organization here in Durham, North Carolina. El Futuro, it's called, and it's a counseling center that's providing telehealth counseling to clinics across the state. At this point, there's 3 actually clinics, and this is targeted at Latino farm workers, migrant farm workers. So we've been piloting in that. So I've been working now at this tail end of the first year. We put together an evaluation of the first year pilot, and overall showed some good initial programmatic results, and we'll hopefully be collecting some clinical information now in year 2. But it's cool that just using a platform just like this that Martha and I are using now, called Zoom, that you can actually provide really good quality counseling services to folks who otherwise would not have access to Spanish-speaking counselors. So I'm real proud of that work as well. And we're running out of time here, but just want to do a shout out to my friends down at in Augusta, Georgia, Christ Community Health Center, where I was also there earlier this month, doing some training and shadowing with the provider there. So lots of really good work that CFHA affords us to do to be able to support the movement for integrated care. Yeah, and if you're interested in our TA program, you can check out our TA website. It's integratedcareconsultation.com. All right, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah. As you can imagine, we have a long laundry list of to-dos each time.
We pick and choose just to bring the clean stuff to you guys.
Yes, that's right. Stuff that we feel like we have something to say about. Everything else is like never ending. All right. Well, thank you for listening in to this edition of Inside CFHA. I'm Neftali Serrano for Martha Saucedo. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.